Hey guys, welcome to today's video and welcome to my channel. So in today's video, we are going to be trying out the Juno Co Miracle Cream. The Moonshine Miracle Cream. I really gravitated towards this because it said that this could be worn as a moisturizer or just a primer. Now that really intrigued me and I didn't know how it would react to my skin because especially I have combination skin and usually around the T-zone it gets quite oily. So I didn't know if it will work well like that or if I needed a primer. But I definitely tried it out. I did a couple check-ins, not too much though, but I did enough just to let you guys know and see how it wore throughout the day. But before we get started with today's video, make sure you subscribe to my channel and ring that bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. And don't forget to give this a thumbs up if you like Juno Co or this video. I hope it's both, but do definitely give this video a thumbs up and follow me on my social media handles, and let's get started with the video. Okay, so once again, when this says that this is a primer, basically, I was very intrigued. I was very curious about it. So this is by Juno Co. They're famous for their microfibre sponge that everyone raves about. Is wonderful, is really great. Like the sponges, they blend your makeup smoothly, and they also have a regular sponge as well. But the main focus of today's video is obviously the primer. Now this retails for $28 US, so with the conversion that's probably like $30-ish, $31 or so Canadian. And with that, you do get quite a bit in here. You get 1.52 fluid ounces or 45 grams. And I mean, that sounds like a lot. I'm just gonna look at some other moisturizers I have here. This one is by Youth to the People. So this one here is 2 fluid ounces, but this is like $60. And then I have one from The Origins. Why is it so hard to find like the fluid ounces on here? Am I blind? Oh, here we go. This one's 1.7 ounces and I believe this is like $40 or something like that. So the price is pretty good for what you get. And usually moisturizers you buy at Sephora is like over $35, $40. And it's like the same amount as well. So you do get a good amount in there. So with the Moonshine primer, this has 3% avocado extract. And this is a primer moisturizer. So first of all, I'm just like primer moisturizer. I've heard that so many times. I always thought it was like kind of like a gimmick because moisturizers for me, they just are moisturizers. I don't really see them being a 2-in-1 acting as a primer. Unless you have dry skin, then maybe it'll work out for you. But someone with combination skin, I prefer to use a primer. So they claim that it's a 2-in-1. It works for all skin types and it's once again infused with 3% avocado oil or avocado extract. Thanks a lot, phone. So they say this is very luxurious, very hydrating. So this will nourish the skin and diminish imperfections while providing a breathable barrier for 12 plus hours. So they also go into explanation why this is special. It's a 2-in-1 primer with moisturizing benefits. It helps to smooth the makeup application. Best of both worlds. So they formulate this especially for hydration, giving that dewy look for 12 hours. And also helps visibly smooth and plump the skin with ultimate hydration. So other things that this claims to do is that it softens, brightens, and minimizes the pores. It's very breathable and it has hyaluronic acid in there, which is great to hold the moisture in the skin. So the other ingredients that are highlighted are the avocado oil extract, Peona albiflora root extract. I'm probably butchering the name, but anyways. So that is a powerful antioxidant to fight against the environmental stress. Bitter orange oil to help calm the skin and making you look bright and youthful, of course. And also there's vitamin E to reduce the UV damage. So for $28, you do get a lot of ingredients in there that are definitely beneficial to the skin. So the packaging was definitely unique when I first got it. Like they definitely put a lot of effort into it. I haven't really seen any other brand do this, especially the artwork, the details, and how you open it. It's just a different experience in my opinion. So also when I was applying onto the skin, I've noticed that the texture is very rich. So what I mean by rich is like it was pretty thick. However, when you applied it onto the skin, it did not feel that way at all. Because you know when you apply a rich moisturizer, you definitely feel that it's heavy, it's there, right? And most people, they don't want to feel that. So on the left side, it is just the moisturizer. On the right side, I've used the primer. So when I first felt it, I was like, oh, this is gonna be very rich. I don't know how my skin will like that. And once again, after I applied it, it felt like nothing. So I didn't know what the heck they did, but I definitely did not feel that way. So I let that sit for a bit, and one side of my face I used primer, and the other side I left it alone just to see how the two compared. So on the left side, when I applied the foundation, it went on very smoothly. There was no patchiness going on. It looked really, really good. I had a nice dewy glow. And on the right side, it still looked good and it still looked dewy, but it was a little bit more subtle because of the primer. Even when using a second foundation for my T-zone, for my pores, it still looked dewy, it still looked good, like on both sides. It wasn't patchy or anything, thank goodness. And even when applying the concealers and all that stuff, my powders, everything was fine. So after the application, after my makeup, the powders, everything, it did look matte, like my whole face looked matte, of course. I've noticed that on the non-primed side, you can see my pores a lot more compared to my right side. Obviously, the primer that I used on my right side, it was more pore filling, more blurring, so you can really see that compared to the left side. But it still looked good regardless, but I still prefer the right side a lot more. So my first check-in was at 2 o'clock, and I've noticed that the left side of my face, it was getting a lot more oilier than the right side. Like the right side was still getting oily, but the left side was definitely getting a lot more oilier compared to the right side. And of course, because the left side doesn't have a primer on it, that it's going to produce a little bit more oil. It's not much oil control there compared to the right side. But it still looked good. I still had like a glowy look to me, and it was still kind of breaking up a little bit around my nose. But I still had that nice glowy look, which isn't bad. And I'm pretty sure when winter arrives, this will be amazing because it's still a little bit humid. Summer is still kind of here, not really. So I'm still producing a lot more oil. So I'm pretty sure by the winter time, like I said, that I'm going to be producing less oil. So this might work a lot better then. But as of right now, I will still use a primer on top of it. Alright, so it's basically almost 7 o'clock right now, just to show you guys right there. I don't know if you can see it too well, but it's pretty much almost 7. I have had this on for 12 hours. And let's take a closer look at what's going on here. So I did very little check-ins, as you saw, throughout the day. So as of right now, I don't know. I see that the left side, it looks like it's breaking up on around the nose a little bit more than it is on the primed side. I mean, my forehead still looks smooth, looks really, really good compared to like my other moisturizer, so that's a plus. Like you guys can see, I have a nice glow going on, like damn. However, I feel like the prime side is more controlled than the non-prime side, because if you see around here, it's looking a little too oily. Compared to this side, it's not that bad. So I wouldn't really wear this alone. I would still suggest a primer, but as a moisturizer and as a base and everything, like it's looking pretty good. Like once again, look at this nice glow that's going on here. Like if you have some oil blots, just pat the center. You can still have that nice glowy look that you want. But I don't hate it. It definitely did not make my makeup look cakey at all. Once again, it did look like my left side, the pores were more emphasized because there was no primer to smooth that over. So I do prefer the right side a lot better though, the prime side. So again, I definitely would recommend putting a primer on top of this. Of course, depending on your skin type, whether it's dry or oily combination. If you have dry skin, I say you could get away with just wearing this alone, but if you have oily combination skin type, I would suggest wearing a primer just to be on the safe side, just so it doesn't look like you're too oily, you know? So overall, I really like the moisturizer, but once again, I will just use a primer, but you know, it's still a good primer. It's very hydrating. It did not clog, it did not feel heavy or anything, even though the texture, again, it felt pretty thick, but it didn't go on that way. So I really, really would recommend this and give this a try. But anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video and hanging out with me. I will try and do more reviews because I think I've been like, you know, slacking on the reviews lately. So I'll try and do some more reviews for you guys. If you guys have any products that you want me to review, please leave a comment down below and I will definitely check that out and do a review for you guys. But until then, definitely check out these 2 videos here if you haven't done so already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!